And we're live. Oh, sorry, I guess I haven't really spoken today. It's a bit of an early morning stream for me. Not too bad. It's not like I just woke up. But I guess I went into this stream with a cold voice. Hold on 1 second, or maybe 10 seconds while I check some settings. Alright, should be live on both YouTube and Twitch. Hope everyone had a nice weekend. I surely did. I spent my Saturday evening grinding some lower Karast and some gem shrines, so it's safe to say I had a very exciting weekend. Kidding aside, I had a really nice weekend. But very excited to get back to this challenge. Hello everyone, hello, welcome. Yeah, we are approaching some very fun, like a very fun arc of the challenge, I think. Like if we can make it, like I have a, let's back up a little bit. I have some pretty specific goals planned for this stream. But one thing I thought about the other day is that since people are like trickling into the stream as we go in the beginning, I might wait a little bit with talking about the exact plans for the stream, just so I don't have to repeat myself. But step one is to farm Eldritch for some more levels, which we were ending last stream on. Though I guess I should start with a gear check. And I'll do that after this run. And of course, as on the past few streams, you can always check my gear on the Diablo.run page that is pinned in both chats. If you'd like to... Ooh, nice. Once again, getting tricked by green and gold drops, but of course I can't use them. I will never stop doing that, I guess. Like, my brain is so hardwired to see green and gold and going like, ooh. These are some nice boots too. Flat attack rating. Max run speed, some stats.
Good afternoon.
The loot goblin in, yeah, exactly, yeah. So we can, let's do a quick gear check. I'm just gonna put up a blanket. I can hear some like echoes on my end. So just 1 more second. All right. Really feeling like I didn't just roll out of bed and start streaming, but I do really feel like a bit like I just woke up. Merc gear has not been upgraded in a long time. It is pretty bad, but it is serviceable. What we mostly want the Mercenary for is the Holy Freeze Aura, especially since we respec to a throw barb last stream. And then we have 2 hurl bats. And the absolutely biggest thing we can do going forward to upgrade this character is to craft the elite version of this instead. I forget what it's called, but... And I definitely want to craft another helm, because this is just a stinker. Especially now that we are ranged, I'm not as impressed with the chance to cast Frost Nova anymore. And this nice amulet, which I guess Again, we are not really gonna be able to use the block now, but I think this is a really good amulet either way, like 25 lightning resist, +1 to masteries. So we're probably not gonna prioritize replacing this. The chest armor is... the base stats are not very good. It does have half freeze duration, but the 2 sockets makes this very hard to replace, I think. It could be something we try and gamble to make a better one later on, just because if it turns out bad, we can give it to the Mercenary, and if it turns out great, well then we can give this to the Mercenary and I can use the other one. Some pretty nice blood gloves. I would, especially now that we are attacking so fast with double throw at a range, I would really like higher roll on the crushing blow, for bosses mainly. But on the other hand, dual leech and 10 attack speed, it's gonna be hard to get a better pair of gloves for this. This ring, it's fine. It's not very good at all actually, because the 11 life and 25 mana isn't that impactful anymore. I mean, it's alright, but this is probably the ring I would replace first. Belt also needs replacement for sure. Probably with a blood belt for open wounds. This ring is pretty sweet. I mean, it's not max stats or like super high rolls, but 2 resist rolls, good mana. It's perfectly fine. And the boots are also terrible. Lower crushing blow will mean longer stream time. Well, yeah, that's true. Milk the content more. Hello Justin, hello R3BBY. Cool to see you streaming. I just recently started watching your YouTube videos and I like your content. Keep it up. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Alright, it's called Winged Axe. True. Yeah. Hello Domino. Found your channel recently. Great videos. Keep it up. Glad to catch you streaming too. Oh, thank you as well. So I think that I think we will just we'll keep doing a few Eldritch runs, and then I can talk about what I like I can talk about the weekend farming session a little bit into the stream so more people see it, so I don't have to repeat myself. Yeah, that, with such high attack speed, the low crushing blow might be enough. Yeah, you could also see it that way, but for example, if we get 10 crushing blow, which is the max, which is the highest roll, of course unlikely, with our fast attack speed, we will basically kill bosses twice as fast. Now that is a big exaggeration, because it doesn't really work like that, right? Because crushing blow is better the higher the monster life is. What do you think of a Blood Thunder Maul? You can't make blood hammers, you can only make hit power hammers. And we have used all of our respecs, so changing the ship for changing builds has sailed. Oh hey, it's the cool YouTuber guy. Well, Reaper Spear, thank you. I'm not sure if cool is how I feel, but it's definitely very cool to see how well the content is doing recently. It feels super fun that you can play Diablo 2 in the way I do, and people are there to watch it. Like playing an underpowered build and struggling through the game. For example, this challenge. Grinding for hours just to get a chance to roll a random, probably mediocre item, which is very fun to me for me to play. So it's awesome that you are here for it. You might notice something very important. Chalan is gone. I have replaced him with Galsar. I felt a little bad that we ditched Galsar before, so I spent some time rehiring a mercenary with another name and the same aura. Could of course have gone for Emilio, but Galsar felt so perfect because last stream we found a Gal rune. And you know, my name is Zarfen, so it's Gal Zarfen for short. Just perfect. Went all crazy and decided double throw will get us through hell. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. Oh, thank you, Baltasar, for the super chat. This challenge is reminding me of how often I forget how good crafting can be to get you through rough spots in the game. Yeah, I mean, I have used crafting in some challenges as like a pocket strategy for some specific gear upgrades. But I too have really been like kind of rediscovered crafting. And I am recording another challenge like off stream. So I have something to do like content-wise when I'm not streaming. And I have used crafting a lot for that as well. Alright, this is kind of scary. So yeah, crafting can be really powerful. Of course, doing only crafting is maybe a bit suboptimal, of course. But there are, for sure, some really good crafts. Just gonna go to a safe portal to cast battle orders. Before we try again. And of course I have to keep reminding myself that we are playing hardcore, so even though we are only in Nightmare, which should be safe, Might Enchanted pack of minions, like an elite pack of Might Enchanted, and also there were some spear women that deal a lot of damage. That can be really, really sketchy. Where is he? Oh, here he is. Yeah, exactly. It's very easy to get complacent, especially when you're doing something like this. And I think it happened last stream that we were doing some farming, and then I went back to questing, and I didn't remember that I had increased the player setting. So I was running into quest progression at players 3 or maybe even 7 or something. So it's easy to make mistakes, and also, like you say, to get complacent, like, well, this was easy, and then you start reading chat, and often what I do is I start thinking about the future, like what I'm gonna do way into the future. So I'm not really focusing on the enemies like right in front of me, which is of course not advisable. But we should definitely not be in danger of dying here. Random mini-bosses are the worst. Yeah, you can get like another elite pack spawning right next to Eldritch. So it is possible to get the Nightmare combo of like Might Enchanted, Eldritch, and then an elite pack of archers that are like extra strong or something. Or extra fast. So you have to pay a little bit of attention. Or you have to pay a lot of attention, I guess, if you're playing hardcore. A little bit lazy about picking up loot to sell, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do if the character dies in permadeath? Do you have a backup file or something? Well, no. That would kind of defeat the purpose of playing hardcore, right? If I just have a backup. So if we die, I'm not sure. It would suck to die now, because we are just on the cusp of unlocking some really cool... being able to craft some really cool items. So it is, of course, a double-edged sword, doing a hardcore challenge. Which is why I do most of my videos in softcore. Because, for example, now we have already done a lot of cool stuff in this challenge, but imagine if I died like in Act 4 of normal, or maybe Act 2 of Nightmare. That's not enough to make a video or like feel like you actually played the challenge much. But the character is gone, so you'd have to restart. Ripped for a joke. Like selling a Sarun. Die on purpose for a joke for the video. Whoops. I'm not that crazy. Yet. Anyway. Are you playing offline? Yes. Yes, the player's setting is only available on offline characters. Which is a shame, I guess. I guess it wouldn't make much sense to allow it online, because then it would be very little incentivized to do multiplayer. Well, I guess that's not maybe true, because you still get faster kill speed and stuff. So experience isn't great, but I mean it's alright, but with the combination of our not super good kill speed and like the experience we get for every run is not amazing by any stretch. Trying to watch the experience bar. Well, it's not too bad. It's just that we're not killing very fast, I guess. Oh yeah, I could check for experience shrines, that's true. And like at the end of last stream, we had a shrine here spawning, but I did re-roll the map while I was playing off stream this weekend, because I think I went back to normal or something to try and find some jewels and stuff. So we might, maybe it's worth doing a quick check if there's something close. Skill shrine. Stamina shrine. Maybe it's not really worth it. I'm not sure actually. I think there's one here as well. Skill shrine. Maybe. I actually don't know how much a skill shrine... No, sorry, I don't know how much an experience shrine increases your experience. Is it like double? Does anyone know? Stone skin, that is rough. A stone skin, of course, means that they have increased physical resistance, and we are basically doing only physical damage. Chalan has a little bit of cold damage from his aura, but it's like adds 17 to 36 to his attacks, so it's not very much. Or is that the cold damage it does in a pulse, actually? No, it's that's to your attack, I'm blind. Wait, hold on a second, I'm just gonna... Am I reading this wrong? Yeah, it's literally 2 lines on the screen, so it's 85 to 90 to your attack, alright. I'm gonna keep blaming that we are doing an early stream. Okay, plus 50, alright, that's not a lot at all. Well, it is a lot, of course, but it's not maybe worth going out of your way to do. Asparagus, why is there no armor on the Merc? Because I have only crafted 1 armor so far. We have been absolutely struggling to find jewels to craft with in this challenge. Nice, we finally throwing. Throwing axes or throwing the run, we'll see, but we are definitely throwing. From like the very limited experience we have so far, it seems fairly strong actually. Of course not when you are slowed, but that is the case for every melee or every attacking character. Being slowed is the worst. And we already have the half freeze duration on the armor. There is no way to get cannot be frozen outside of a chum rune, I guess, on crafted items. Man, they keep slowing me down. Can you please focus on Galsar? Okay, thank you. Out of curiosity, do you ever play with your subscribers? I basically never play multiplayer at all. Like, I'm never playing any of my challenges online. Not because I don't like you guys, just because I do all the challenges in single player. And it is suggested sometimes that I should play, like, do a multiplayer challenge. And I'm sure that could be fun, but it seems like a little bit of a hassle to, like, coordinate with a bunch of people and, like, basically raid lead. Lower crossed super chests give a lot of jewels and gems. Yes, that is actually what I did this weekend, so I guess now we are like 20 minutes into the stream, so after this run I can talk a little bit about the off-stream farming I did. That's a good idea, I think.
Good day to you, partner.
Thank you, Shard FFS, for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Cursed is also dangerous, but it should be fine. Especially since they're so slowed. Well, especially since they're all ganging up on Galsar, I guess. Not sure how I feel about using this guy, Grimward, because it does increase the damage they take when they run away. But running away also makes them more annoying to hit, right? Did you summon Galsar by selling the Gal rune? Yeah, exactly. Not directly, but I wanted to rehire Emilio. Because it's my... I usually go for Emilio if I can, and it's sort of becoming a meme on the channel, right? Thank you, Joseph, for becoming a Goblin on YouTube memberships. I appreciate it. But I did... rehire Galsar because we sold a Gal rune last stream. Or we found it and sold it. And of course, Zar is the first 3 letters of Zarfen. So it was just perfect. Good morning, good morning. Hello, everyone. All right. So as I said in the beginning of the stream, I did do a bit of offline farming this weekend. And it's safe to say that the jewel luck has turned. I found 8 jewels. I think I did maybe 1 or maybe 1.5 hours of lower crossed, players 7 in Nightmare, which gave me 8 jewels. And anecdotally, I think most of them were from random poppables like logs, bodies, and like the stashes, and not from the super chests. But I did also get a bunch of gems. I found... I stopped picking up skulls and topazes completely. So I've been... and most runes. I only kept the runes I think I want to use for crafting. So I have been a bit more selective in my... in what kind of loot I pick up. And after I did 1.5 hours of lower crossed farming, I went and did maybe 30 to 40 minutes of gem shrine farming. So you can tell my Saturday night was thrilling. But that gave me... I found 5 gem shrines in that time. So I have 5 perfect rubies now and 8 jewels. Very nice. And I found... It's funny because I found surprisingly like a surprising amount of set and unique items. And this is just from... It's not from the super chest, but it's from like random logs, random stashes, and enemies I killed like just because I didn't want to run around them. So I think we could identify it here on stream just for fun. Thank you for another super chat, Baltasar. I wonder what character would be the best for an initial D build where you go full movement speed. I would guess Frenzy Barb or no, probably Burst of Speed Assassin, I guess. But I did watch a video one time about someone who played a Frenzy Barb and absolutely maxed the movement speed. It was pretty great. But I also want to show you some pretty cool or pretty crazy charms I found. This is also from the farming session on Lower Kurast. Poison Rest charm, not that great. 25 attack rating, 18 to life. That is a nice charm. 5% magic find. Should probably wear that now that we are farming. And of course, I like magic find. 23 to life. Probably can't fit this, but then so in a pretty crazy turn of events, I found a Barbarian combat skiller with 12 fast hit recovery. Like the perfect charm. Well, combat skills isn't that important for this guy. I actually think masteries would be stronger. But that is a pretty crazy find to find in like Nightmare Lower Kurast on a character like this. So that was pretty cool. Why not keep other jewels? Rerolling charms feels like it fits the crafting spirit and could be a good upgrade method. Oh, you mean gems? I see. Well, basically because well, you are completely right, but it's such a hassle to have to worry about all the gems all the time. So let's go and refill the tome, and then we can see if we get some sweet jewels. Otherwise, we can use them for crafting. And even though we have a really nice like pile of crafting supplies now, with all of this and like everything else we got, I guess we don't have any more. We have one more jewel, but no rubies or anything. But we could craft a lot of items now. Alright, you can't do that. You can't identify in the shared stash for some reason. It would be cool to get, I mean, this is a pretty good jewel, but I think it's worthy of crafting fodder. But imagine if you find like a damage increased attack speed jewel, that would be pretty sweet. Attack speed jewel in general would be really good because it's hard to get attack speed up. We don't really need it, I guess. We attack really fast anyway, but... Alright, so all jewels were crafting fodder. This would have been a really nice helm. Maybe not now, it's certainly better than this. But 30 fire resist, 30 lightning resist. Pretty good as far as like... It only has 2 stats, but they're both pretty good. Also found this, which is really nice. Mana leech and run speed on a belt. And of course, this would have been really nice for the Mercenary. Ethereal and Rockstopper has some absolutely great stats, and unless I'm mistaken, those are really good rolls too. Not sure if the physical damage reduction is a range or if it's always 10. That's probably a roll low, if it is. But the resistance rolls are absolutely amazing. So I mean, imagine if we could put this on Galsar. Poor Galsar. I want to, but I can't. I'm sorry. And then a unique ring, very unexpected. Nagel ring. I was feeling maybe a Stone of Jordan, but not this time. And a Cathans, not Hells. Yeah, crazy helm. Like, imagine how good this would be for Galsar. Alright, so that was a little bit of material gathering I did during the weekend. And I guess I need to slot in a few of these. Or need to is not maybe the right word. We'll get rid of the magic find after we are done with this, and then I can put a few of these in. Do I need fire resist? Kind of. I think I can get rid of a little bit of life for life and attack rating. Nice. So as I said, we do have the potential to craft 8 or maybe even 9 items now, which will be absolutely crazy. Completely unseen before on this challenge. So it's really nice that the jewel luck finally turned. But since we're experience farming right now, I really do think that we are better served to get the levels first, because then we will have a higher chance to get more random rolls, a better chance to get more random rolls, and also that chance to get better stats. So I'm just gonna tease you a little bit with this screen, I guess, that we can do a bunch of cool stuff, and then we will go back to farming Eldritch. I guess we can sell some of this for gold at least.
Can I help you?
Right, gonna try and keep up with chat as well. We are currently level 60. Zarfen, do you keep good stuff from other characters' challenges, or do you delete everything? It's a mix of both. I think that I don't usually delete characters for the most part. So I guess I do save most of it, but I don't really... I mean, I have deleted some characters, or like... I don't really mule stuff off. And of course, if I find something... If I would find a Burisa on this challenge, I would probably throw it away or sell it and not save it in the shared stash. If that makes sense, or like if you get how I'm going about it. So it's not necessarily that I delete items, but I don't really mule them off for future use. Alright, the unique druid, yes. Oh, he's still alive. Yeah, he's still alive. I don't really play hardcore that much, right? This is like my first proper hardcore challenge that goes anywhere. So most of the stuff is still there. And of course I did, like a long time ago, like a year ago or something, I think, I did the Enigma farming video with the Paladin. So I do have an Enigma and a Heart of the Oak and stuff, but it's so funny. I've used that like in total game time with the Enigma is less than 10 hours for sure, because after I finished the video, I basically never played the character again, and I don't really play the game that much outside of doing the challenges. Like after I do a stream, I don't go and farm the Chaos Sanctuary with a Enigma hammered in. I go and start another challenge with some stupid restriction instead. So while I do have some good stuff in Diablo 2 single player, it's not like I am completely overstacked. Like I know for sure that I don't have Death's Web or Death's Fathom, the cold sorceress weapon. I do have one Griffin's Eye that I found while farming for a video. If you're new to the channel is called Zarfen the Loot Goblin, and I started this challenge by doing mostly Diablo 2 farming videos, like farming highlights and like doing thousands, like 1,000 Andariel runs would be a video I did in the beginning. But then I have slowly transitioned to doing basically only challenges. What is the rarest items you found on a challenge run? On a challenge run, it is probably the Sur rune from the Dexterity only one. Because someone told me that in the comments that finding a Sur rune from a minion is like 1 in 700,000. And of course a Sur rune is a really rare rune, so it's probably that. For normal items, I don't know. I found the Griffins in a video, and I've also found a Jar rune in a video a long time ago. But those weren't really challenge runs, those were more Magic Find runs. So I think it's the Sur rune, unless I'm completely forgetting about something. Did you read the Diablo books? No, I know surprisingly little about the lore, and I haven't read anything except like guides outside of the game. A cow run. I think this character is not gonna be very good at killing cows. But actually, does any of you know what... oops, bow didn't take. Does anyone of you know what area level for the Frigid Highlands is? Because it does start to feel like the experience is slowing down a little bit, maybe. Or maybe it's just that I'm not really paying attention to the experience meter. Could also very well be the case. Is Isuel physical resistant? I think so, but it might just be that he has tons of life. And of course, bosses and mini-bosses resistances, they changed with the difficulty, right? So it also depends on what difficulty you're talking about. Oh, right. Sorry, I meant in Nightmare. We are still in Nightmare. I think 81 is the level for Hell. It has to be the level for Hell, right? But I appreciate you checking it out or looking it up for me. Oh, thank you for the donation. I will check it in a little bit when I am not swarmed by demons. Or I guess these guys aren't demons, oddly enough. Despite their horns and gnarly back. Well, thank you for another super chat, Balthazar. One of these days you'll get Tyrael's Death's Web, Mang's Song and Asterons in a single challenge. That seems very unlikely, but it is, I mean, it is possible. Imagine if we find like one of those super rare items like Asterons on this run. Would be really cool. But what am I gonna do with it realistically? The temptation to do something stupid would be very high, I'll tell you that. Thank you, the Chaotic Slime, for becoming a member on YouTube. I appreciate it very much. You're a legendary goblin. Thank you, thank you. I usually go down from that waypoint since there are two bosses. Alright, yeah, you usually go for Shenk as well. I'm personally not a big fan of Shenk, because you run into more random mobs. But we can try it for a run and see how much it gives. Corrupted Tremors are in Diablo 2 Resurrected. There is a new depends on your time frame, but there is a mechanic called Terror Zones. So you can see here, and right now the Arcane Sanctuary is terrorized, and every hour it moves to a new zone, and basically it's another end game mechanic, so that you can, like, another area every hour gets terrorized, which means that the area level scales off of your character's level. So it's a pretty cool like end game mechanics, so that it's a rotating zone that gives you more places to farm basically in the end game, both for experience and loot. And those messages are like telling you which zone is currently up. Right, so now the experience bar is between potion slot 1 and 2. So we can go for Shenk one run and see how it feels. I just checked your gear, nice, but it doesn't show the damage. Yeah, that is one unfortunate downside of that extension. It doesn't show the damage for the weapons. Or like my character screen, I guess. So I'm currently doing like 200 to 300 damage with every throw, which is a lot less than our big hammer from last stream, or a couple of streams ago. But we attack a lot faster. Hello, I missed the first 24 hours of this run. Can someone summarize it? It's been a slow grind, bad jewel luck, lots of time spent farming for mediocre items, but lots of fun. Oh, I guess I haven't even done Shank once. That's surprising to me. I guess we just run past him the first time. Are your weapons replenishing? Yes. I can talk a bit about that shortly. So it was like a little bit over 1 bar for Shank. Let's see how much Eldritch himself gives. I don't remember when they changed it, but nowadays Throwing Mastery has a 56% chance to not consume quantity when you throw it, and it also replenishes quantity on critical strike. So I am draining my durability or quantity very slowly, and if this goes a little bit higher, or if you increase your critical strike chance otherwise, you actually start to gain durability, so you never lose durability. Which is pretty cool. Otherwise, I think this character would be unplayable. Like, imagine if we just had 200 axes before we had to go back. You can see my quantity number going down, up, down, down. Oops, let's not get... let's not kill ourselves by looking at the throwing axe quantity in live while we are fighting. Oh, my YouTube chat window just crashed. I guess I'll see you guys later. Just kidding. Let me see if I can do something about that. That is very odd. It says I'm only using 26% of my memory as well, but it says that the page doesn't have enough memory to load. Alright, it's back. But I don't... alright, so it's... I managed to get the YouTube chat back up, but it has, like, cleansed it. So, sorry if I missed any of your messages. Where are you from, Zarfen? I'm from Sweden.
Good day to you, partner.
Oh, thank you, Luther, for becoming a member on YouTube. Welcome to the Goblin gang. Luther is a fellow Diablo creator doing fun runs as well. Appreciate it, Luther. Hope you're well. Sipping some water. Important to stay hydrated. Luther, after in my last video, I was talking shit about light radius. And since then, a lot of people have asked me for a light radius only run. But I've heard that you have already done that. So I haven't watched the video, I must admit. But kudos on going through with that, because it sounds absolutely awful. Good morgon, Nisse. Welcome to the stream. Luther couldn't find anything with light radius. Yeah, I think that's the problem. Light radius is a terrible stat, but luckily, quote unquote, it is quite rare as well. But like committing yourself to only light radius sounds very rough. Not gonna lie. I wanna see your version. I'll tell you what, Luther. I'm going on a train later today. That's why the stream is so early, by the way. I'm traveling a bit. And I will watch your run with light radius only. And depending on how awful it says, or sorry, how awful it looks, I will consider it. Technically, Chance Card and Gold Wrap both have light radius. Well, I would love to find Chance Cards and Gold Wrap. Turbler, light radius only sounds like a nightmare unless it's any items with light radius. Yes, I think that's it. Like you can only wear items that have light radius, not that the items can only have light radius. Wow, that was a lot of damage. Of course, archers is a constant source of pain and anxiety for this run, or for any run, I guess. I guess we should keep using all of our skills. We have so many skills by now. I'm gonna show you my hotkey binds in a sec. But we have so many skills right now that it's really hard to keep up. Well, asterisk, it's really hard to keep up for me. And I'm not gonna completely blame streaming. That of course adds a little bit of extra tax on your attention. But I find the Barbarian has a very big amount of skills. That was oddly phrased, but he has a lot of skills that you need to keep using for optimum play. Like, look at this. Like battle cries, Grim Ward, more battle cries, more, tons of battle cries. Like, I don't even use find item ever because I keep forgetting about it. I keep forgetting about taunt. So it's like, it's too many hotkeys for... This should be like a stupid warrior who just kills stuff. You don't use most of them. Yeah, exactly. I've been asking myself for a long time, what does spectral hit mean on monsters? Yes, that is correct. Like Drenmi says, it's random elemental damage on hit. So it's like one hit can deal poison damage, one hit can deal cold damage, etc. I don't think, from my experience, the damage it adds, it's not that much. I mean, it is extra damage compared to if it didn't have the stat. But it can be very annoying to get, like, you can get poisoned and slowed by cold damage, like in succession. And that can be kind of annoying. But it's nowhere as bad, nowhere near as bad as getting like extra strong or might aura enchanted or something. Extra fast can be annoying too, but stone skin means, I think I said this already a few runs ago, but stone skin adds physical resistance, which is a big pain in the butt for this character. Actually, speaking of that, I don't really have a plan to deal with physical immune enemies in Hell, right? Especially in Act 2, they are quite common, and I don't really have a plan. That's nice, a little flawless ruby, nice. Can never have too many of those, I think. I just noticed that Eldritch and his minions are base assets. Yeah, it's unfortunate because he's probably, apart from the act bosses, he's probably the most featured enemy in my videos. He basically makes an appearance in almost every video, right? So it would have been cool if they gave him a special model. at least in my opinion, Eldritch definitely deserves a custom model more than what's it called? There's like in the Lost City, there is a zombie that is called I forget what it's called, but there is a zombie in the Lost City of Act 2 that I basically never run into, but he has his own model now in Diablo 2 Resurrected for some reason. Maybe he had that in the original Diablo 2 as well, just that I never noticed. Or maybe he's a big important, like have a big importance on the lore or something that I don't know about. Yeah, the Dark Elder, exactly, thank you. Yeah, the Dark Elder. Right. Let's keep hydrating. Wow, so we've been going for like almost an hour already. And it really feels like we should have made more progress, but it is what it is. So I was kind of having a soft goal of going for level 70. I don't think we're gonna push that hard, seeing how slow it is. Because my goals for this stream are to A, level up, B, get to Act 2 of Hell, because then we are able to buy the flying access, like the elite version of this, from a vendor, and then craft some really sick, like really cool, super great stats, perfect 10 out of 10 weapons. And it would be cool to have time to do that on this stream. I swore that Chaos, well, yeah, this is probably not like the best place for experience, but it is a good combination of being safe, relatively easy, and gives good experience. And that is not only just for safety so I don't die, but it also gives me the chance to talk a little bit more with the chat while we are farming. Because now that we are entering Hell, I really should be careful about reading chat while we are out in, like, monster areas, I guess. 18 to life. I think that is not gonna fit in our inventory now, at this point. Why did you choose Barb for this run? Did you want to make it harder for yourself? Yeah, I guess. Not just to make it artificially harder, but for a crafted items only run, I wanted to have a character that was as gear dependent as possible, just so the crafts would matter as much as possible. Of course, I could have done this on a sorceress and just, you know, crafted and hope to get some upgrades, but then let the spell damage carry me. But to me, it was a lot more fun to have a very gear-dependent character for this challenge. Which, of course, it has meant that the challenge is taking a very long time and requires a lot of grinding. But to me, it seemed like the right choice before starting, and it has felt like the right choice while playing the challenge as well, because it's been a lot of fun to like struggle for craft materials and like finally get that small upgrade or unique, or like farm for an hour and then get some rubbish like this, right? And then like, all right, well, we'll go again, time to farm some more. +1 skills, I think. +1 skills, but not much else, unless I'm mistaken. Oh, cannot be frozen. Man, that would have been an awesome armor for this guy. I am a little bit sad. +1 to skills. Sure, nice. Replenish life 10. It's alright. Magic damage reduction 9. Well, that alright. But cannot be frozen would be so nice for this guy. Oh well.
Salutations.
Not even 35k. Hi, love your content. Oh, thank you. Is your merc allowed to only wear non-crafted gear? No, the mercenary has the same gear restrictions as I do. So only crafted items. Which is the reason that he is not currently wearing any armor. Eldritch and Countess, yeah, how could I forget the Countess? Yeah, Eldritch and Countess are the most prominent in my videos, for sure. I think this run, we have done an unusually low amount of Countess runs. Not 0 Countess runs, but not really power grinded her too much, right? But that is usually, like, when I get stuck somewhere and need an upgrade, the Countess is like the first place I go look, basically. And this guy is so annoying. Not sure why their missile sound is so much higher than anything else, or louder, not higher. Alright, we do have Pindle. Pindle is calling to you. Yeah, we do have access to Pindle now. And I think it should be safe enough. We can give it a try. So now we are like exactly at the halfway point, a little bit less. Higher, lol, the svenska is leaking. Yeah, exactly. That's how you would say it in Swedish. Of course, the problem with Pindle is that if you stay too close, his, like, the randoms outside of town will start coming to you as well. I did not do a great job with positioning, I will admit. The experience seems good. And I've been slowed so much during this fight, so I really don't think it's the most fair comparison, like speed-wise. So that is almost 1 bar as well. We could do a few runs where we do both. Any cool tips for off-meta builds that can still make it through SSF Hardcore? I'm not the expert on SSF Hardcore. Man, did they change so the wake-up time for these guys seem a lot shorter than I remember? Or is it just that I usually teleport past with a sorceress, maybe? But of course we can use the door to fake teleport. And I mean, we haven't really been in that much danger, but it feels a lot scarier to run Pindle for some reason. Ooh, Chaos Armor. Oh, now I didn't go to Eldritch. Maybe running 2 targets is too much for my poor brain. Nice circlet. Very nice. Whoops. This is what I meant to do. Zarfen, have you ever thought about doing a no potions challenge? It's not an idea that I have like thought about wanting to make, but it is requested sometimes or suggested, I guess. I think that for me, only potions only is not enough like of a challenge to build an entire run around. But for example, I know that the Nuclear Rabbit did no gold, so you can't buy potions and you can't repair your stuff and stuff. So definitely I'm open to doing some of those, like a bare bones challenge. But I'm not exactly sure how I would do it. And it would be a real challenge for me because I use so many potions in my runs. I spend so much money on vendors buying potions, right? On basically every run. So for me it would be a big challenge to not be able to heal or to not be able to use potions. Someone commented on my last video as well about asking if I did a Mr. Llama's super hardcore or extreme hardcore. It was called something like that. So basically you play hardcore, but in addition you can't visit town, you can't use any healing items at all, which was basically that, right? And that seems very, very difficult. Like if you can't heal at all, not only are mistakes gonna be very costly, but I mean it's very hard to not take damage in Diablo 2. Because I assume you wouldn't be allowed to use lifesteal either. Or maybe that's the exception, I don't know. I think Eldritch is still the best target. I think we're missing the in-game music again. I can hear it. Maybe it's a bit low. I have it on. Alright. Diablo 2 no abilities run. Yeah, that is actually pretty high on my idea list. The problem is that it's gonna take forever to complete, right? So I'm already uploading so rarely, like so infrequently, that I've been wanting to try and make some, like try and find runs that are interesting, but doesn't like take forever to play. Because I think no skills or no abilities is interesting and would put a lot of emphasis on items, kind of like how this run is like. It's very interesting to gear this run with this restriction. I'm having a super fun time of, you know, gearing up this way. And I think if you don't allow skills, it's gonna be similar, but much, much harder and much, much more grindy. Which is basically why I haven't really pursued that yet. It's crazy how delayed YouTube is compared to Twitch, like 2-3 seconds. Oh, that's interesting. It's usually not that bad, but I did have both my stream dashboard and my chat crash on YouTube today on this stream. So maybe that influenced it somehow. But on YouTube you can as well, you can go back and forward on the stream in real time, like a recording on YouTube. So if you are behind, you can check if you are if you can fast forward like a few seconds. Or maybe there's just a delay today, I don't know. Slowed again. Alright, here we go. I'm definitely starting to feel the fact that we won't be able to get Cannot Be Frozen on this run. I guess we're just gonna have to stay back and let Galsar take all the heat. Level 62. Let's go for one more level to 63 and then move on. I would like more levels, but I also want to make sure that we do get some actual progress in on this stream as well. Are you happy with your weapons or do you want to craft more? I want to craft more, but I think that since we are in Act 1 of Hell, and if we get to Act 2 Hell, we can actually buy the elite version of throwing axes from Farah, the Paladin blacksmith. And that should be a very big damage boost. So I'm trying to not use any. I'm trying to not use my crafting supplies until I reach that point, if I can help it. But we'll see. Maybe we get hard stuck and need to. Sending some love from Iceland. Oh, thank you. I've never been to Iceland, but it is one of those places that I have wanted to go to for a long time. Seems like a cool place. Run pits for crafting bases. I think that's gonna take too long. Maybe, I mean, since we're basically only looking for this one, right? Since you can't craft throwing knives and javelins, the crafting recipe for javelins do not have a guaranteed damage roll. So we're basically only looking for throwing axes, or like balanced axes, I guess they are called. Or hurlbats or flying axes. So it's only 3 items, and it feels like very rough to target farm the pit for something like that.
Good day. What is it?
I was considering using a rejuvenation potion, but I don't want to waste my rejuves on the merc, since we're about to go into hell. Nice ring. Some melee throwing. Nothing bad, nothing against that. As long as they don't deal that much damage. Is Elrich dead? Oh. We must have killed him right as I ran away. That's a bit surprising to me. I guess this is his loot pile, I guess then. And if I'm complaining about not having many rejuves, I guess I should pick them up. Where does the name Zarfen come from? That's actually a funny question, or a fun question. When I was young, and I sometimes watched, I think it was on Cartoon Network, the Flintstones, like the old school Flintstones, Hanna-Barbera cartoon. And in one of the episodes, Fred Flintstone, he plays Scrabble with like the newspaper boy. And he's losing, so he plays the word Zarf, Z-A-R-F, and claims that Zed gives like 10 points and stuff, so he wins. But it's of course a completely made up word. And for some reason, I guess I was like maybe 10 years old, 12, 13, something like that. I saw that and thought, hey, that would be a cool nickname. And like EN at the end. So that's like, I'm not so sure exactly how to explain it, but Zarfen means like the Zarf in Swedish. So that is the not very cool background story to Zarfen. And then I've used that online nickname forever since then. Which is how it starts for a lot of people, right? You pick something stupid as a kid and then that's what you're called online. Especially now with the channel, I can't really change my name now, right? The current player setting is 3. for farming only. Why would you change this? It's perfect. Yeah, I guess I don't really have any other names. And I mean, it's just, I guess it's as cool as any other gamer tag. So yeah, I don't have anything against the Zarfen name. That's not, if that's how it came off, it was not the intention. Alright, I put a normal rejuvenation potion at the bottom. Yeah, because that I think I can waste on Galzar. Or sorry, not waste. Sorry, Galzar. Potions spent on you are not wasted, but I want to save the big ones for myself. Since we are in hardcore. The loot goblin, formerly known as Zarfen. Yeah, and it's kind of funny as well, right? I talked a little bit about it at the start of the stream, that the channel started as purely a loot channel, like Diablo 2 magic find runs and loot highlights. But right now, I mean, I'm still a loot goblin for sure. Can't give up that magic find ever. You have to pry it from my hands. But I'm not really doing loot-focused videos anymore, right? Well, it depends on how your perspective, I guess. I guess this is a loot-focused challenge in the grand scheme of things. My name also comes from my childhood. Ever called noobs as Llama, so I take my name and became Llama Kid. It's funny, speaking of Llama, it's kind of funny too, right? That Mr. Llama SC is his full name, the big Diablo creator, because he started doing StarCraft content, which is what the SC stands for. But like, then he made it big in Diablo 2, but his name is still Mr. Llama StarCraft. You know, I'm just happy that I didn't pick a name like
Hello.
Big Bald Devil 69 or something. In the grand scheme of things, Zarfen is perfectly fine. Oh, Llama currently plays StarCraft again. All right, that's cool. Like just for some variety, or is he getting into StarCraft for real, like for the channel and stuff? Then in that case, I guess the name was perfect. Goes full circle. Zarfen is bald, confirmed. I don't want to overshare, but my hair is definitely starting to get thin, like on the top of the dome. The joys of getting older. Unique. I mean, even if you can't use uniques, it's always fun to identify. Ooh, magic find. Open wounds. This looks pretty good. I don't think I've ever used this. Or it doesn't look pretty good, it looks alright. Not sure why Llama plays SC again, but I noticed RTS rehype currently. Lots of people playing in WC3 again. Yeah, I talked a little bit about that on last stream, but I was watching Grubby's Warcraft 3 tournament live when it happened. I think it was last weekend. Super awesome. So nostalgic for me. I haven't started playing Warcraft 3 again, but I do watch it from time to time. That is also very nostalgic for me. And of course, Grubby is a great creator as well. Great entertainer and explainer. But if our like real-time strategy is seeing a bit of a resurgence, I am all for it. I think it's a very fun genre that hasn't really seen many games come out in a long time, I think. Or at least not any successful games. Of course, like I think most people my age also played a lot of Age of Empires 2 back in my day. From which I also have a lot of fond memories. I used to play the Teutons, I'm not sure how they pronounced, but the Teutons. Like the big, slow, heavy melee attack guys. I just spam castles and build their unique units. Damn, he's live. I am live. Indeed. Oh, Command and Conquer games too, yeah. I played a little bit of Red Alert. And then, what was it called? Something Sun? Tiberian Sun. I played that a bit. Also, those are also fun. I preferred both Age of Empires and Warcraft 3 over Command and Conquer, but definitely fun games. And also there's a series called the Total War, which is like a big, very large-scale strategy game. It's not real-time, it's turn-based, but the battles are real-time. Which is also a lot of fun, in my opinion, but it's a bit too much to me. It's so complicated and overwhelming, and the turns take forever. But I actually played a bit of... a good amount of hours of the Warhammer variant, like Total War Warhammer. Sunk a good amount of hours into that. Like just playing against the computer. Hello Gabriel, I'm fine. Thank you. I'm great. Thank you for the grattis to 40k. I appreciate it. Yeah, the channel has been really booming lately. Oh, Age of Mythology is great. Yeah, oh, for sure. I love Age of Mythology as well. Very cool. I believe that has gotten a remaster recently, or maybe it's about to get a remaster. I'm not really looking to get into playing RTS games right now. But Age of Mythology is also a cool game that I played a lot of. Did you ever play any of those Heroes of Might and Magic games? No, I didn't. I've never played any of those. Not the Heroes of Might and Magic or the regular Heroes. I did have some friends who played them growing up, but I never got into them at all. Oh, it did get a remaster recently, but they botched the soundtrack, which was a big part of being great. Oh, that sucks. Sad to hear that. The Age of Empires had some great, like, atmospheric music too. And of course Diablo. I guess they don't make game soundtracks like they used to, is the takeaway, I guess. Old man yells at clouds. Do you play Players 1 or Players 8? When you in single player for XP when starting a new character? I play Players 1 almost always. And I guess the reason is that I don't want to make... Because if you start on Players 1, which is what I used to do when I didn't do videos... Because it can really, like... If you start at Players 8... then it can really propel you to your strong skills earlier. But from a video perspective, I think that if you start at Players 8, like level 1 to 6 is gonna be real grindy. But then once you unlock some strong skills already in Act 1, I think it can get a little bit... Then it gets a little bit too easy for a while. Until you, like, catch up again. So I think that using player settings can mess with like the natural progression of the game. And this is just from a video standpoint. But I have done it sometimes. For this, for example, for this run, we did do some players 8 farming in Act 1, just because like we needed to get some levels and some experience and stuff to be able to get to Act 2 without any gear. So I guess the short answer is yes, I do players 8 if I play by myself, but for videos I always do players 1, unless I say otherwise in the video, but very, very rarely. Like this challenge has been using the player setting a lot more than my typical run, because we've been doing like player 7 chest farming and stuff as well. So for this run we have definitely used the player setting a lot more than I usually do. I have to say it again in case you didn't see, but you need 96 strength for the winged axe. Oh, thank you. I read a comment on the last VOD about that. Maybe that was you. If so, thank you. But otherwise, thank you for reminding me. 96. All right. So we're not even close. So I guess I should spend all my points into dexterity or strength, just so I don't forget. Oh, so I really need to... Then I need 4 more levels anyway. But after the next level, we can go and try to progress a bit in hell. That should give good experience too, if we kill monsters. Ooh, double amulet drop. Not sure why that was an ooh moment. Get it? Brain is understimulated. Needs more loot dopamine, I guess. And I think another comment pointed out to me that I haven't used any of my Lamb Essence tomes yet. So I guess since we're missing 20 strength, maybe that's what we should go and use those for. Level 63.
I can't carry anymore.
The Kiras should sell for 35, I hope. No, 30. Alright, we're a nightmare. Cool belt. I almost don't want to identify these gloves. They were not very good. But they did have were ethereal self-repair, which is kind of cool, I guess. So let's go and get the tome. And then go and get the tome in normal. And then we can go to hell. Nice gear. Throwbar was the clear choice with those axe crafts, wasn't it? Yeah, I think that is the right choice. It's hard to tell, right? Because we were doing pretty good damage with leap attack as well. But it feels very good to play and has been feeling strong so far. And I think that even though we need to craft 2 weapons now whenever we want upgrades, I think it's gonna be really strong and really safe. Did I? Yeah, I set it back to players 1, so this shouldn't be any problems. Yeah, werewolf would also be a really good contender for this challenge. The problem is that I don't like werewolves. I'm sorry to all druid fans, but I don't like the were-druid at all. I think just the fact that all the were forms have a duration is so stupid. I don't like it at all. They should really have made it so that you are in wear form for as long as you want to. That really doesn't need to have a set duration, right? Completely unnecessary. Oh well. Unfollow, yeah. Sorry to all druid maximalists in chat. I'm sorry to all the druid maximalists in chat, but you should have picked a better character to root for. Sorry, that's all I have to say. Oh, I mean, druids are great. Thank you, Saint Devu, the druid fan, for the Prime sub. Thank you so much, I appreciate it. Yeah, I guess at higher levels, the duration will be so long that it doesn't really matter much. I guess that's a fair counterpoint. Which is the same with battle orders. I'm so annoyed by having to recast battle orders all the time, but realistically now it lasts for over 3 minutes. Or almost 3 minutes. But I mean, if you want to go through the Chaos Sanctuary in Hell on a challenge or something, you're gonna need more than 3 minutes, actually. Yeah. I was almost jump scared by being surrounded at the start, but of course I forgot that we are actually in normal, so it should be no problems. Alright, so like 20 hours later, or like maybe 15 hours later, we finally collect the Lamessen's Tome from normal. Nice stair trap, yeah. Imagine if that was hell on this run. So now we're only missing 5 strength. Which should be good. But thank you again, Elwow, for reminding me, or telling me to not forget about it. Bear Druid is the best druid. Such a cute bear. Well, I do like the bear summon. I don't really like the bear transformation. But I mean, he does have a pretty sick six-pack. Though I'm not sure why they felt the need to add that to a bear. Is the tome crafted though? Fair. It is. It's not crafted, but it is a consumable. And I am the sole dictator of this channel, so I will not bring that up for discussion. When you do challenge runs, why not do them on hardcore? Well, consider this. If I have done my dexterity only run in hardcore, I would have died. If maybe I would have paid more attention, and I wouldn't have died in the Maggot Lair and against Andariel. But for example, in Hell, when I got sniped off screen by 2 souls, I had like less than 1 second to heal or react, and then the run would have been over in Act 3 Hell. And you can make the argument that the tension that hardcore adds is more fun for the challenge, but I think that it's more fun if the challenges are completed. But it depends on the challenge as well. I guess what I'm saying is that I don't think that a challenge run needs to be maximum like difficulty or maximum penalty in order to be interesting. With that said, I am doing this in hardcore. Try only curses. The only way I would do a curses only run is if it is curses and Emilio. Hardcore only for mercs. Oof. Yeah, that's gonna be rough. Like not allow the Merc to die. Let's see if we can save Galsar. The damage isn't great, but if we can push through to Act 2, we should be able to get a really significant damage upgrade. Because the problem is that you can't buy the flying axes in Act 1. You could potentially gamble them, but I couldn't find any info on how it works when you gamble, like upgrading the base type to exceptional or elite. I know it is possible, but I assume it's quite rare. Ooh, Flawless Ruby. Is it players 1? Did I forget to change? I thought I made sure to. Now it should be players 1, unfortunately.
Greetings.
Hardcore Mercenary is easy. Necrobone Prison and Amplisa GG. All will be fine and well until Amplisa decides that she had enough of firing from a safe distance and feel like walking up to enemies and give them a hug. Gamble should be plus minus 5 level to character level or so. Yes, the item level is minus 5 to plus 4 from your character's level, but like the chance to have it upgraded to exceptional or elite, like the base item, is what I'm asking for when crafting. I assume that is also reliant on your character level, but I'm not sure how it works. Man, this is rough. Maybe we should do like jump strats, try and rush for like leap and try and rush Act 2. Try and cheese Andariel down and then just make it to Act 2 ASAP. Of course, it's a bit dangerous to do running strats in hardcore, but that was pretty rough. Oh, let me pause so I don't die. Elite upgrade is item level minus Q level times 0.3 plus 1%. Oh. And the Q level for a flying axe should be like... it's level 60 or something. I'm guessing a little bit here, but that seems like it's gonna be really, really low chance then. I missed a few streams and we're a throw barb now. Nice. Yeah, it's felt pretty good. Damage isn't great right now, but... just watch your Act 1 Merc video on YouTube. Epic stuff. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm super happy with that video. Not only that it's doing well, but it was so fun to do, and I'm very happy with like the whole challenge and stuff. And I definitely want to get back to do more like mercenary only runs. But I've been sidetracked with other stuff. And I think I would like to do the Barbarian next, like only the Barbarian Merc. Just because I have used that one so rarely. I don't think I've used him for maybe like part of one challenge, and I've almost never used him like just on my own either. So that would be a lot of fun for me to try and make him the best as he can be. Not sure what character I would use to support him. Of course, the Paladin is great because of his auras, but I wouldn't want to use the same like main character for every run either. So maybe go Barbarian main with shouts and then Barbarian Merc for damage. Could be fun. Enchant Orc. Yeah, that could be strong as well. That was a little bit
I can't.
too close for comfort. Holy crap, I took a lot of damage.
Good day.
Starting to second guess the plan of running through the underground passage, but let's give it a try. I really want to get to those flying axes today, and I can only stream for like 2 more hours. So it would be epic to get the axes, craft some banger weapons, and then be super strong for the next stream. And since I haven't, I would use Howl here, but since I haven't pumped Howl, I would explain exactly how it works, but I'm a bit preoccupied by staying alive. But basically, because I haven't put points into Howl, monsters in this high of a level area, how do you say that? The area level here is so high that my low level Howl doesn't actually cause monsters to run away. Because I'm only level 63. But so far so good. I'm alive. Even Galsar is alive. Pretty cool. Nice. And we made sure to find the waypoint for the stony field so we can rescue Cain eventually. Grab the scroll, run away. Heal Galsar. Solo self-owned melee orc when? I'm not sure. It kind of feels like there's so many fun runs to do. I get a lot of fun suggestions from viewers, and also I have a lot of I spend a pretty good amount of time just thinking of new challenges and like brainstorming. So there are so many runs I want to do. But of course, with how long it takes me to make a video, just play the challenge and do all the voiceover and all the editing and stuff, it takes such a long time that it feels like I really need to, you know, pick carefully what I make. And I'm not like picking what I do just based on what I think will do well, like views on YouTube, but also what I feel would be the most fun and stuff. So right now I have way too many. I have a lot more challenges that I want to do than I have time of actually doing them.
Impossible.
But a melee orc is definitely a fun idea. It's like taking a character and turning them upside down, right? Like you take a caster sorceress, but instead of actually being a caster, you're just melee, which is fun to me. I guess, oh, we should get rid of the magic find now. I mean, it's hard to not use a skiller, right? Even if it's maybe not that impactful. Is it possible to play like this? Only 2x4 slots in the... I guess I can use the cube for storage. This feels weird to me, but it does give us a bit more life and stuff. Wow, our resistances are looking so bad. So we should probably not spend all 8 or all 9 jewels on just weapons. We should probably try and get something with resistance as well, once we get there. Get rid of your tome of identification. That's interesting. Do I have anything to replace it with? Oh, I have a bunch more stuff. Alright. It pains me to do so because it's so convenient, but I think you have a very good point. That's like 11 lightning resist. Very nice. Man, I have so many good charms. Maybe this isn't worth using. It's better to use 2 resistance charms. Yeah, probably. Lightning Skiller we found way back. A while back, I should say. I would like more fire resist, but 3 spaces for 7 resistance. Also, I really don't think I need mana potions in my belt anymore. With all the leech and stuff. You can put the scrolls in the belt. Yeah, that's true. Maybe I need to start min-maxing a little bit. Because these resistances are really sketchy. Now the lightning is pretty alright with those changes. Yeah, maybe I need to do that since we are in hardcore after all. And then I should probably do it now. Since now I'm like just running, so this is gonna be like the part where I absolutely need the most extra help defensively. He says as he keeps just jumping. All right, I'm gonna do it. What can I have though? Lightning, poison, 23 life. Faster run, walk. Let's do it like that for now.
Greetings.
Oh yeah, we are in hell. It's just that I went back to farm in Nightmare, but we did make it through hell. We have completed the first quest on another stream just to get a respec.
Good day.
No one should ever be caged.
You can tell the direction of the barracks by following the layout at the waypoint. Yeah, I actually know that, Paladin, but I never forget which waypoint pattern is which direction. And I could study it, but I am slowly learning on my own. Like, for example, in the jail, I know that since this entrance is going, like this tile is directed this way, the other tile for the next level will be directed in the opposite direction. So I'm just running straight through. So I am slowly learning how to read the map, but I'm not really, I'm not doing it very quickly, I should say. I wonder if I can... Oh, I can do it like that. Nice. So I'm putting it on the same hotkey where I usually have my tome, just so in case I panic and forget that I have them on the belt, it will still work. Even though it's better to cast it from the belt because there is no animation. But just if I run into a sketchy situation and I press G, which is my usual hotkey, just so it doesn't nothing happens, so I die because I changed my hotkeys mid-run, basically. Can it be here already? No. Are you watching the content reel for Path of Exile 2 Dawn of the Hunt on the 28th? Maybe. I am excited for updates to Path of Exile 2. What I would like the most is to get all of the acts, because then I would think it would be fun to do a challenge run for Path of Exile 2. But as it is right now, with only 3 acts, and unless I'm mistaken, we already know that we will get at least 3 more. So then it feels like I'm doing a challenge run on just half a game. So that is what I would be most excited about. If I'm gonna watch it live or not, I'm not sure. Depends on if I remember about it, I guess.
Yes.
You need 4 plus resist / slot from now on. Oh, you should also drink... yeah, I should just drink a bunch of potions. Yeah, that is right. That is true. It's a bit of a hassle to do, but this is like 50 free cold rest for 6 minutes. If I drink 12 of them. And I can already tell you that I'm not gonna be able to be bothered to do this for the rest of the run, but right for now, we are probably very weak compared to the content we're fighting, compared to how it will be later if we manage to get some gear upgrades. So it's definitely a good idea. Can I upgrade a normal bendy stock? If you mean like a normal, like white or socketed, you can't upgrade those. You can upgrade rare items, set items, and unique items. But not crafted or magic or normal,
Damp under the earth.
unfortunately. Alright, so far so good. Very fast progress. Of course, we're not fighting anything. We're just skipping past every single enemy. But it does count as progress. I think it should, anyway. Maybe we should kill some enemies, just because we need 1 more level for the access. And like 2 elite spiders should be doable, right? Otherwise we're in big trouble. Well, it looks like we are in big trouble, because Shalan is not, or Galsar is not really... I should stay like this. I keep forgetting that Throw Mastery gives you a bit of pierce as well, so I should really be careful about positioning myself so I hit multiple enemies when I pierce. So how do you reckon we should take down Andariel like this? I guess, like I always do, potions and patience. And I'm so like committed to killing those now, just because I spent a bunch of time attacking them. Alright, nice. But let's go and grab the waypoint. Maybe that's not really that needed, actually, thinking about it. Are we really gonna do an Andariel run? Very unlikely. Holy crap. I had to use a full reuse. That was so scary. Alright. Or maybe I didn't have to, but I felt like I had to. Very focused right now. Or can it be here, maybe? Doesn't feel like it should be in this direction. It feels like it should be... or maybe over here. It feels like it should be pointing in this direction. Oh, here it is. All right.
Impossible.
All right, a little bit too close for comfort. A little bit too close for comfort.
The Order welcomes you.
All right. I will find the catacombs level 4, then I will take a super quick bathroom break just to reset the nerves for the fight. Maybe answer some messages.
Impossible.
Okay, this seems like a dead end. Yeah. Chipped topaz. Maybe not what we're looking for right now. Alright, could be over here. I think, no, not with these guys. Alright. I don't think we ever came that close to
Hello.
ending the run, but it was definitely a little bit sketchy. Oh, I have a bunch of these. I guess we crafted a bunch before. Like from small ones. Well, that's nice. All right, so what are we saying? Do you have some jewels? Yes, on Saturday I farmed Lower Cross for maybe 1.5 hours and I found 8 jewels. So the jewel luck has definitely turned. So we do have crafting materials, but I'm waiting for... I'm waiting to craft until we get to Act 2, because then I can buy better base access. Resetting the nerves, yeah, exactly. Ring around the puddle. Yeah, I think that's the play, Talon. Just clear out every other enemy very carefully, lower her out into the room with a hole in the floor, and then just very carefully run and throw axes. So I'm just gonna take a quick bathroom break, a little bit of a water break. When we come back, we're gonna buy tons of antidotes and then go beat Andariel. Hopefully. I'm manifesting. We're gonna beat Andariel. There's no question about it. So, I'll be right back. Thank you for hanging out, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright. I am back. I'm always putting up BRB 8 minutes, but I never keep track of the time. I was just here checking in on the stream stats while I left the computer, and there's a lot of people watching. For some reason, I assumed that there would be less viewers since the stream is early in the morning, but of course, you can quickly realize that early in the morning is local. I do believe that there's a viewer record on Twitch. I don't think I've peaked over 90 before. Very cool. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Cheering me on beating the evil... What is her name? The Maiden of Anguish. Is that right? Andariel. Denmark is here. Hello, Denmark. I'm glad we can look beyond our feud as neighbors and join together in Diablo 2. 8 minutes is very specific. Yeah, it is. That's true. Yes, I am dual streaming, or how do you say, multi-streaming to YouTube and Twitch. Of course, I have most of my audience on Twitch. No, sorry, I have most of my audience on YouTube, but I am multi-streaming, so you can feel free to watch wherever you prefer. Also made some tea, so the voice should feel a little bit better, I think. Oh, well. Oh, thank you. Oh, first, thank Rock the C-Pop, peak loot goblin content. Thank you for the super chat while I was away. And thank you Peaceful for the super chat. 800 rounds of Trav, decent break. Am I crazy or are D2 players inherently insane? Greatest question, and made me spit out my coffee the other day. Love the channel, keep grinding the good grind. Thank you Peaceful, I appreciate the donation and the kind words. Yeah, that was a fun reflection. The quote he's referring to is from when I farmed Enigma from scratch for a video. And it was, yeah, it was a fun little quote, I agree. D2 players are insane. This game is 25 years old. Yeah. No further comments. Can't go wrong watching D2R while playing D2R. Yeah, done X1. You have the right idea for sure. Just gonna sip some more tea. I guess we can drink some antidotes in game while I drink tea in real life. It's about the same, right? Antidotes keep me safe from Andariel. And tea keeps me safe from voice cracks. Well, at least in theory. I guess I shouldn't drink them now. I should clear out the Catacombs level 4 first. Pick up the one on the ground too, yes, don't want to waste any money. He says after drinking 20 potions too early. Yes, error 404. In this context, tea means lukewarm microwaved water. You're absolutely right. And I was a bit stressed because I wasn't sure how long I had been away. So I only microwaved it. I microwaved it too short. So this time it is really, it's barely lukewarm. So it doesn't taste great. Yeah, I should have cleared it out because the potion's gonna run out before I clear out every enemy, I think. So, but I mean, it's not that much gold in the grand scheme of things. One Galsa resurrection is gonna cost like 10,000. No, not 10,000, but like maybe 500 potions or something. I'm just making numbers up, but the antidotes are cheap. That's my point. Not sure why I'm getting so caught up in complicating it. Oh, immune to physical. Maybe we can actually do a cheeky little... No, the door is blocked. Why can't I... What I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to lure them in here and then close the door so I don't have to fight the physical immune boss or champion. Perfect. Oh, they can open the door. That is so inconsistent. Sometimes they can't open the door at all, but apparently this time they can. Right. We're definitely gonna need Galsar for this. That is so interesting. I don't know why they can sometimes open the doors and sometimes not at all. I guess higher level Fallens are smarter than some other monsters. Yeah, that was a little sketchy. They can't open the big door, but they can open the small one. Yeah, but sometimes in some, when we started this challenge way back, then we did something we called jail strats, where we stood behind a door in the jail, you know, those bars with the jail cells, and we stood behind a door, and then they couldn't open the door.
Not in town.
But I guess those are cell doors, so maybe those are locked or something. They're not actually locked, but you get what I mean. Maybe the developers have made those doors not being able to be opened by monsters, but these ones are.
Thanks.
Man, Galsar can't tank the zombies at all. That's really rough. Let's try and take care of the shamans first. Galsar dying again. Another 500 antidotes down the drain. Or maybe, no, he's he's alive. But not for long. Jinx. I am playing way too loose. I'm like, this is not really okay as far as I'm concerned.
Good day.
I need to calm down. Relax. Oh, thank you. Buy TPs. I should always buy a TP when I go back to town.
Greetings.
Because if I run out, I'm gonna be in big trouble. Especially now that I only have 3. And I should also buy more potions. A good point. Sorry, I lost the message. But good point about the Merc, because he doesn't turn on his aura right away. So, I mean, this is a bit annoying to do, but maybe we should go and fight some random chaff just so he turns on his aura before we go back. I think that's how it works. Like, he needs to fight for a little bit before he turns on. Or maybe it just turns on after a little bit of time. But now we're going back with the aura active. And now, like, Battle Cry is becoming kind of a double-edged sword, because it's very nice to Battle Cry enemies that he's tanking, so they deal less damage. But at the same time, it is kind of sketchy to do so, because then I have to run into melee range, because it has such a short range, you know. Alright, so now we have a safe corner. Man, this could be a nice and pleasable, but I think we need a melee mercenary since I'm ranged. So we have a safe little place here, but if I'm gonna run around this thing, then I think I need to kill everyone, because otherwise they're gonna leak out of the door mid-fight, possibly. Which is not okay. I guess this is a good position. He's like taking on 1 or 2 at a time in the door. So if we can keep it like this, would be nice. Oh, he needs to cast the aura as an attack. I didn't know that, but that makes sense then with what's happening. So like, the mercenary considers the aura an attack that he needs to use.
Yes?
Before he turns it on. Interesting. I didn't know that. Thank you, Sir Slaughter. That makes sense. Yeah, of course, I should clear it all, and I will do that. The reason I tried to find a way around it is because
Thanks.
the elite is immune to physical, which means that it is very hard to deal with for us. Especially since Galsar is the only one who deals elemental damage. Like, I have 0 elemental damage right now. And he has a hard time staying alive. So I'm gonna try to snipe everyone but the elite. And then maybe Galsar can tank just the elite. Yeah, exactly. Try to get him alone. But Galsar isn't as keen on running away as I am. And just to save, because resurrecting him is gonna cost like 30k. So I would rather spend the extra time doing portal strats. Alright. I think we will eventually beat him this way, and I'm not sure why I'm attacking, even, because I do literally 0 damage to him. It's all physical. Ooh, right, well, I can do this. Nice. Someone was not yelling, but someone was telling me to do this more often on the last stream. And this is a great application of this. So if you're wondering what's happening, Leap has a short knockback distance when you land, which like knocks enemies back. You just have to be careful to not knock him out of Galsar's attack range. Peak Diablo 2 gameplay. Barbarian jumping, Mercenary poking, Zombie just chilling. Leg day at the gym. All right. Oh, he's almost dead. This is so stupid, but it is working, so I guess it's not stupid. If it's stupid, but it works, it's not stupid, right? Right, a little more. I guess I could also tank, but I'm actually gonna make sure the battle orders is up before he dies, because he was fire enchanted. Go Galsar, yeah, go Galsar. That was kind of fun, actually. You can't fix what ain't broke, yeah, true. How old were you when you first played Diablo 2? I don't remember, actually. I don't played it like exactly on release, but early 2000s, maybe like 2002 or 2003, because I did play the like vanilla Diablo 2 before I played Lord of Destruction, or before I got the expansion. But of course I don't know if that's because the expansion wasn't out yet or what was up. Right. So now we can decide if we either are gonna clear out the next room, or if we're gonna try and lure Andariel and close this door. And I think actually I'm gonna change my mind mid-sentence. I said I think I'm gonna lure her out, but if that fails, I will have a bunch of enemies to fight at once. So I actually think I will clear enemies out, even though I could lure her into the room and close the door. But like if that fails, I'm in a really bad situation. And of course, it doesn't seem like any super dangerous enemy spawn there. Sometimes this room is completely full of like elite zombies and elite lightning spitting demons with auras and stuff, but this time it seemed like there were basically nothing. Need to make sure my war cries are up all times. And these two shamans with the Dark One packs, they always spawn at the exact same position, which is why I could just so easily taunt the shamans to me. There are a bunch of randomly spawning enemies here, but those two are always on in the same place. Right, so very nice, very nice like enemy spawn luck, or for lack of a better word. Now I did pull up 2 additional zombies, so I'm gonna try and lure her now. Hello? Oh, here she comes.
Thanks.
There we go, and then
Not in town.
Thanks.
and then we can drink
Order welcomes
potions like there's no tomorrow. Not sure. I'm not doing this in a very efficient way.
Thanks.
I'm not sure if Galsar is gonna be able to stay alive even with antidotes, but it's worth a try, I guess.
Thanks. 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 Thanks.
Every potion lasts 30 seconds, I think, and the duration stacks. In case you are confused, but by why I am drinking the entire rogue encampment's ration of potions. So this should be like 10 minutes or something. Hopefully the fight doesn't take that long, but you never know.
I am overburdened.
Ooh, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. %69% chance to hit. Nice. Alright, Galsar will not be able to stay alive. And I don't want to use all my potions on him. My rejuves, I mean. I mean, I am hitting her a lot, so... Barring any stupid mistakes, which of course are not completely unlikely to happen, should be doable. It would be really nice to have a blood belt now for a chance to cause open wounds. Right, good damage, but also running out of potions, of course. Can just go to town to buy more. Cannot let my war cries run out, especially not battle orders. And luckily battle command has a shorter duration, so as long as I pay attention, I can use like battle command running out as sort of a warning that it's time to recast battle orders as well. Of course, crushing blow probably putting some big work in this fight, if I had to guess. Yeah, there we go. Crushing blow indicator. Right, one more potion, then we have to go to town. Oops, that was not a mistake. I was thinking that maybe if I just leap over her instead and attack her in a straight line, but that doesn't seem to be the way, because then she can attack me while I jump over her.
Greetings.
Yeah, I should use Battle Cry to reduce her defense. I should. And I will try to do so. The downside is, of course, that then I need to run in close every time. I don't think I'm gonna bother with Galsar because it's almost 30k and a bunch of time spent giving him potions. I'm gonna open a portal, even though like it's not a softcore safety portal. But it is, in case I need to run, I don't need to open the portal. I can just go into the portal that's already open. I like it when she just walks after me instead of spamming poison. Of course, I forgot to buy any antidotes, so I can't heal the poison off. But now it ran out naturally. I mean, she's faster than I remember. I guess I'm not that fast either. My boots have no run speed. I have 1 point into the passive, which increases run speed, but that's it. Right, this is really... I guess it's not that intense, because I'm almost always staying above 1k life. But at the same time, a few ill-timed hits can definitely reduce that quickly. And that fire is placed in a really bad spot for me, because if I get like interrupted or like stunned, it makes me stop for a while. Right, nice little damage burst. Right, so that's a good way to apply Battle Cry. Just like cast it and let her walk into it, I guess. And of course this fight is not a good sign for the rest of Hell. But of course we should really be able to get some nice upgrades once we start crafting again.
Good day.
I wonder if I could use leap to get her stuck somewhere, like if I lure her into this corner and just leap over here or something. Maybe I can get her to bug out. No, she just walks right through. Let's not try to reinvent the wheel. This is working after all, so let's just focus on actually staying alive. And keep doing what we've been doing. Of course, the longer the fight goes on, the slower she's gonna lose life as well, because Crushing Blow is based on the monster's current HP, not their max HP. So when they are at full life, Crushing Blow will deal the most damage, but when they are almost dead, Crushing Blow will do like almost nothing. So then it's only my 200 to 300 base damage doing anything. Right, really good last minute or so. Barely been poisoned. little showmanship jumping over the poison. Which is, I guess, is a sign that I'm getting a little cocky. Yeah, there you go. Focus, Zarfen, focus. Don't do anything stupid. You're playing hardcore, remember that.
I am overburdened.
Right, she's getting down there. She's only at like 1/3, 1/4 even, maybe. Out of antidotes. I think there is a dark one or like a fallen guy alive in the other room, because I heard some monster noises coming from here. So I should be careful to not walk too close to the door.
The Order welcomes you.
Oop, almost forgot town portals. Careful, she's gonna bloodlust at the 10-minute mark. If bosses did that in Diablo 2, I would be so screwed for a bunch of these challenges, for sure. I saw a question about my quantity or my access replenishing, and that is because of how Throwing Mastery works these days. It has a chance to not consume, like a high level Throwing Mastery has a chance to like a 60% chance to not consume a quantity when you throw, and it also has the stat of when you land a critical strike, like a critical hit, you replenish a quantity on your weapons. I don't remember when they changed that, but that has definitely made this build viable, because before it was completely unusable in my opinion, double throw, because you go through the quantity so quickly. Very nice change. And I haven't tried it before. This is the first time I'm playing a double throw barbarian like ever. And so far I'm liking it. And from what I've been told, you can even replenish ethereal items this way. Meaning that you can use ethereal weapons without the self-repair mod on this guy. And with this guy, I mean, of course, the double throw barbarian. Right, need to keep the focus up, not get greedy close to the finish line. That has certainly happened to me before. Like a boss is just about to die, so just let's just face tank them to get it over with. But then you miscalculate how much it's gonna take. Need to remember that I do also have full rejuves. I don't want to use them, of course, but of course I have to in case I'm close to dying. Like now I should go to town, but I'm like, it's so close, I can take her down before she kills me. But that would be a dumb way to die. And I'm not sure if she like critted with her poison or something, because that was a lot of poison damage. Ooh, alright. We are getting there, boys, but man, it is very intense. Come on. One more. Yes. Ooh.
Be opened.
Oh, intense. But what on Diablo's Red Earth are these drops? Holy crap. Oh man. GG's. GG's. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, what the fuck is that loot? After that fight, and that's all she dropped? Oh man, loot for the loot goblin. Better than 5 town portals, that is true. Oh man, that was intense. Very fun fight.
Look. Good day.
And it's very fun to get those kind of fights on a live stream as well, right? GG, GG. GG's, thank you, thank you. She can be stingy at times, yes, I agree. Ooh, nice. Now time to farm that. I would farm her, but of course I can't use the drop. Drops. How do you craft a good spear? You use an emerald and make a safety craft and then get really lucky. Because the problem with spear crafts is that they do not get any guaranteed... they don't get any guaranteed damage roll. So you have to get lucky.
Not here.
Oh, I can't jump into town. Interesting. You can teleport into town. Regrettably, there was nothing we could skip. Yeah, exactly. Ooh. I can feel like my forearm on my mouse hand is really like hurt from that. Not hurt, but like I can feel I am so tired in my arm after that. The loot would have been better with Emilio. Probably. Yeah, it's sore, exactly.
Greetings.
Because I was clicking so hard on the buttons just because it's funny, I guess we all do that, but just because the fight was like a little dangerous and there's like the tension was high, you click much harder and like grip the mouse harder. Take a potion for the arm, yeah. What will Duriel be like? I don't want to think about it. No, but to be serious, I think that by the time we reach Duriel, we're going to be a lot higher level, and we are definitely going to be much stronger. If you click harder, you deal more damage. Yeah, I guess that is the rationalization. Oh, right, we don't have enough strength. We need one more level of strength. So even though it feels bad to not like go at it right away, but I think we should go and grab that other level first, because then the level of the item we buy will be one level higher. Oh, you probably have charms. Do I have enough charms? 3 strength. I don't have the charms. I'm already wearing all my strength charms. And I don't have any strength on these right now. So as much as I don't want to, I think that we should actually go and farm that other level before we buy the access. Just because it will be, the item level will be higher. Did you check other throwing weapons other than like spears and knives? No, because the blood recipe, which I want to craft with, can only take access. So, BRB, a quick farming session. Apologize for how do you say, teasing you or leaving you on a cliffhanger for the crafts a little while longer. But I really think that one more level might make a difference. And we need to get the level anyway before we can equip the access, so... I guess we weren't doing players 5, we were doing players 3. Can you please repeat how to craft a spear? Oh yes, absolutely. So you take a perfect emerald, a soul rune, I believe it's a soul rune, a perfect emerald, a soul rune, and any jewel, and a spear type weapon. It also works with javelins, but any type of spear. And then you put that in the cube, and then you will get a weapon that looks something like this. It will always get a bonus to defense, magic damage reduction, and damage reduction. But it is not guaranteed to get any enhanced damage. It needs to get that randomly, because every craft gets 3 or 4 fixed stats, and then 1 to 4 random stats. And the reason why spears are not very good to craft is because you don't get the guaranteed damage roll. Because for blood crafts, for example, you are guaranteed to get between 35 and 60, I think, enhanced damage, and then you can still get the random damage roll on top. So neither of these weapons have probably rolled with any enhanced damage, and it's just the enhanced damage from the craft itself. Oh, now I forgot to lower the setting. It wasn't too bad, it was fine, just maybe a little bit slower than it needs to be. Or was there any issues with the microphone not picking up? Hope it's working fine. Are you farming levels now? Yeah, I noticed that I was 5 strength short of being able to use the weapon I want to make. So I need to just get 1 more level. But we're not gonna stop and like grind for a long time, just for 1 level. And then we're gonna go back and buy the best throwing axes we can get and craft some really nice weapons. I can feel it. I'm a believer. It's gonna be like 150 enhanced damage, attack speed, +2 attack rating, maybe a little bit of cold damage on one of them, maybe a little bit of poison damage on the other. That's not too much to ask, right? I'm trying to get the skill shrine, but the game just won't let me. Wow, chance to camp amplify damage would be huge. Oh, that would be... I think that would be the absolute best thing I can get, because right now I have no way of... I have like literally 0 way of dealing damage to physical immunes. So that would be pretty cool. I'm gonna reset at the portal because I got in a weird position. Is the Grimward plan dropped? No, I just keep forgetting about it. I have too many skills. Oh, I didn't change it to play to P3. I was thinking that it was a bit too slow to grind. And the way I phrased that, I can tell that the stream has been going on for a while too. Because that was not proper English. Never played a throw barb, is it any good? Yeah, I think so. This is the first time ever I'm playing a throw barb as well, but so far it seems really good. Can amplify damage even roll? Yeah, definitely. Or maybe there could be a chance that the amplify damage affix or stat is too low level by now, but I don't think so. I think it should be possible. But not like a charge, not like charges of amplify damage, but a chance to cast amplify damage with every attack. I missed the Andariel kill. What was the loot? Gabriel, you don't want to know. It was like 1 sapphire, 2 useless chipped gems, and a rare saber, and nothing else. But the Andy fight itself was very hype. I liked it a lot, of course. I only say that because we came out on top. It was intense, but we got there in the end. Didn't really have any too close calls. Like, I didn't get down to like sub 200 health or anything. But I was very focused and very like tense. Like I could feel my shoulders like creeping up to my ears. Leaning forward in the gaming chair. Yeah, exactly. She could have dropped some cool stuff that we wouldn't be able to use anyway, yeah. So in the grand scheme of things, not that important. A flawless ruby would have been nice. But it is what it is. In the end, the biggest reward for defeating Andariel wasn't her loot, it's the fact that we could get to Act 2, so that I'm able to buy a flying axe. from Farah to craft the ultimate weapon. So just a couple of more rounds of this, and again, it's just because we need 5 more strength, not because I'm gonna spend another hour farming experience. And the reason I do it before crafting is that your character level has an influence on the crafting formula, so we should be able to get a better chance to get higher, or like better stats, higher stats at least. Very minimal, but since we're gonna have to get a level anyway before we can wear the axes, it makes sense to do it now. And upgrade to Ameteorite. Yeah, we will probably... We have the jewels for 9 crafts. So we should definitely give something to Galsar. So the priority is better weapons for me. And then I really want to improve my helm, my belt, and my boots, because those are pretty bad. And then, depending on how the weapons roll, because we might need to do multiple weapon crafts. Because ideally we will make our endgame weapons now. Of course not guaranteed, but that would be the dream. So let's say we do 4 weapon crafts, just for the sake of the argument. And then we do 1 belt, 1 helm and 1 pair of boots. Then I should still have 2 crafts. And we could maybe spend those on 1 armor for Emilio and... No, sorry, 1 armor for Galsar. And maybe a weapon upgrade for Galsar. I would also like to craft a better ring. A better ring for myself. But we'll take it as it comes. We will definitely start with weapons too. And as soon as we hit the level, I'm also gonna go and grab my water bottle, because I guess I put it somewhere when I went to the bathroom and made tea before. But I feel like I really need some more of that H2O. We might want to use craft 4 axes anyway. Yeah, that is true. Like, imagine if we get an axe with a bad damage roll, but with like 200 lightning damage and 200 cold damage. I'm not sure if it can even spawn that high yet. But it would be nice to have something for physical immunes, especially since we're going to into Act 2 Hell. We're gonna start running into a bunch of more physical immunes. And I'm not sure if you caught that, but I heard a jewel drop, so now we have 10 crafts potentially. Yeah, nice. Actually, I don't think we have the gems for 10 crafts. We can of course start doing caster crafts, just to craft something. But that's not gonna be very good. But we have like 5 rubies, 1 or 2 or 3 perfect emeralds for safety crafts, and then I think we have at least a couple of sapphires for hit power. And that is my preferred order, by the way, like blood, safety, hit power, and then craft and caster. I mean, it's just like if all else fails, we can do a caster craft, because that only gives like mana and mana regen. Ooh, flawless ruby. A pretty nice jewel. Man, maybe not for this point in the game, but 4 useful stats. Still gonna use it to craft though, but nice little rare. At least a decent little rare. Oh, we hit the level up. I was just gonna save and exit and go into the next game, but I guess I didn't even realize that this was a boss pack. Check if slotting the jewel into the armor isn't better. It didn't have any resistances, right? And I think Right now I'm in Nightmare, but I think my resistances are really lacking, especially my fire. Oh, I don't have any town portals. No, identification portals. Right, so back to where we the original plan. Let's go and grab our axes. Level 60 allows for 1 to 261 to 360 lightning damage. All right, nice. I mean, a couple of hundred lightning damage is really bad in hell, but it sure beats dealing literally 0 damage, right?
It is an honor to serve you.
Hurlbat. Oh, I just now realized that I shouldn't have spent my stat points, because if my strength was less than 96, the axes we're looking for will appear red, so then I don't need to look at every axe. Nice charm, nice charm. And the best part is that then I can tell you guys that I'm using it for the lightning resist, while in reality, you know that that is a fake reason. Oh, actually, I can take off... I can take one of those off. No, my strength is less than 96 already. Oh, exactly. You guys were already saying that. Yeah. Good. I think you have a jewel with a lot of lightning damage in stash. Oh, interesting. 1 to 49. It is true, but I think it's too low to matter at all. But I always appreciate the brainstorming. I like reminders, because I don't know what I have in my stash, to be honest.
Good day.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Damn, we're so smart. There's like 900 of us goblins. Yeah, 900 people should be able to figure out a 25-year-old game, right? 1 to 49 is good. 1 to 49 lightning damage in hell is really insignificant. Of course, it's better than nothing, but
How may I help you?
I don't think it's better than 30 resistance. Hey Zarfen, I've been enjoying your livestream VODs much lately. Thanks for hours of entertainment. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you liked them. The livestream VODs are definitely a different kind of beast compared to the videos, but I'm having so much fun streaming, and it is kind of nice that, you know, if I do it like I'm doing now, I'm doing like one challenge from start to end.
Blessings to you.
It will be there, like if you don't mind the unedited part, like that it's very long and unedited and stuff, there will be full challenges like on as a stream VODs as well for the future. Sockets are allowed. Yes, any socket is allowed, as long as the item has sockets, obviously. But I do believe we still have all our Larsuk quests. Of course, unfortunately, throwing weapons can't have sockets, so we are missing out on some potential good stuff. Like if we find if we have an F rune, which we have, we can increase our chance to hit by a lot. But it is what it is. Can you ban run speed boots for the shopping? Yeah, okay, Kimrick. I actually thought about that another time I was doing something like this. But of course, for this challenge, it would not be allowed, since I don't have any crafted boots, and I like staying really strict with my rules. Though what I could do is to make sure that I cast Battle Command, so this goes up from 18 to 22. Maybe not that significant, but it helps. I guess I also have 4 unassigned skill points. We'll get to that in a bit.
It is an honor to serve you.
Where are you going to add the skill points? I guess I forgot to put skill points into my skills when we did the Eldritch grind at the start of the stream. Yeah, winged axe is rare. It's less than 10% chance for one to spawn, even in hell, even if in this level, at this level.
Blessings to you.
Yes, boots with fast run walk would be nice, but there are no boots that have faster run walk as a fixed stat.
Good day.
So we would have to be lucky. Of course, I could do it now. I guess. Just because we are gonna craft a pair of boots anyway. But I don't think...
How may I help you?
Well, I think it's worth it, but I'm still not gonna do it. No, you just need to get lucky. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is common on boots. That's sure. That's for sure.
Hello.
The thing is that I want to prioritize weapons.
Blessings to you.
So I'm not sure what recipe I want to use for boots. I'm actually thinking it is probably not blood, though. Are you on Twitch at all? Yeah, I'm multi-streaming
Good day.
all my streams to both YouTube and Twitch, so you can watch on the platform you prefer. Been watching YouTube videos for a few months, but this is the first time to catch a live stream. How's it going? Yeah, it's going well, thank you. SMFG. Just beat Andariel in a tense fight. About to do some, hopefully, very significant gear upgrades before taking on hell for real.
Good day.
And this has been such a fun challenge. And I think the best part about this challenge is that it has had so many like layers to it. Like we started the first stream playing a gearless barbarian, which was a challenge of its own. And then we moved into the mid game where we like crafted a bunch of terrible stuff, but you know, managed to get a couple of decent weapons, playing a very weird character. And now it feels like we are starting to get to the point that unless we get a bit unlucky, or rather if we get a bit lucky, we might be starting to put together a really strong character, actually. Really strong, of course, in the perspective of a challenge run, but still. I started a unique-only barbarian and gave up after 2 hours of punching things. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, it is a rough start for sure. It made streaming it live made it much more fun and bearable for sure.
Blessings to you.
I'm just gonna go and grab my water bottle since not much is happening anyway. Be right back.
I can already tell that I'll be your best friend in this forsaken camp.
Oh shoot, I'm standing outside of town. Oh, standing outside of town, leaving the computer, not really advisable. Yeah, that was stupid.
Good day.
Right, where was I? Oh, thank you, Psychopig, for the 10 gifted Twitch subs. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. That's very generous of you. Welcome to all new goblins. To the Goblin gang.
How may I help you?
Still unsure what we should call like the Zarfen chat. But Goblin gang has a nice ring to it, I guess. Greetings from Finland. First time catching you live. Keep up the good work. Thank you, and hope you're good over there, neighbor. Maybe call us chat. Yeah, but that's not as fun, right? Zarfen chat, Goblin hut. I just realized something. That if we find a winged axe that has minus requirements as its magic stats, we're not gonna see it if we don't hover over them. But maybe it's still worth it doing it like this. You're procrastinating actual work I need to do. Thanks for that, Mr. Streamer. Well, I'm happy to provide that service. The Zarfens. You're like the good people of Zarfen chat. Yeah, I'd like that. I like that as well, calling you the good people of Zarfen chat. But Zarfen chat is very specific to live, right?
Blessings to you.
The Horde, the Goblin worshippers, the Goblin Horde. We are the good people. Yes, you are indeed.
Good evening.
Clearly this chat is just a bunch of Emilios. You spent the strength though, didn't you? So they won't be... They will be blue anyway. Yeah, I did, but we had the smart idea of unequipping one of my strength charms. So right now I am missing 3. So for example, this one is red. Friends of Emilio. What am I looking for? I am looking for any magical winged axe. Winged axe is the elite version of the hurlbat or the balanced axe.
Hello.
And I want to use that for crafting because it will have a significantly improved base damage. I will straight up tell you that it is
Greetings.
more rare than I figured. Well, jinx. It's not that rare, I guess. I was just gonna say, it felt like it was a bit more rare than I expected. 18 to 26, or 18 to 56 throw damage. I guess 11 to 56 base, which is more than my current weapons have. No, that's not true. Throw damage 7 to 60. I was looking at the wrong number. 7 to 60. I mean, that is more than my current weapons have, and those are crafted. So let's see what we can do. So the recipe for blood axes are 1 ruby, 1 jewel, 1 orc rune. And now I'm so excited. This is gonna be so good. We're gonna get some amazing weapons. I can feel it. I don't have anything funny to say, so yeah, let's just start crafting. 2 to barbarian skill levels, fire damage, potion. Wow, that's really nice. Really unfortunate about the low enhanced damage roll. That's really unfortunate. But if nothing else, this will be a very good, like, battle orders stick. Or maybe it is really good and I'm just ungrateful. But the stat I'm hoping for most by far is, of course, additional enhanced damage. But these have a lot of things that we were asking for, or that I was asking for. Poison damage to stop regen, fire damage so I can deal with physical immunes. Skill levels are gonna be great, gonna boost my masteries and everything. Really nice. Let's do another. It feels great to be able to just burn through crafting material this like willy-nilly. 2 to... Wow, that is great too. 2 to masteries, still no extra enhanced damage. But 2 to masteries is gonna be... I mean, the masteries are so good, like higher throwing mastery, more fast, more run speed, and also I have been... missing out a lot on natural resistance. I only have 1 point because I have spent so many points elsewhere. So just for the sake of this, it's gonna be great. But I do really feel like we should try 2 more. Honestly. Actually, 57 ED is really high roll for the fixed stat. Alright, so I want to craft more axes, but let's see, we still have 8 jewels. So 1 for helm, 1 for boots, 1 for belt. We can start with that, because I want to use at least one of them for a blood belt. Of that I am sure. So we can do that first, and then see how much we have left. Oh, I actually, with that last flawless ruby we found, we actually have 1 more available bloodcraft. That is really nice. +2 to skills is damage as well. Yeah, it really is. So it's very good. But like you want as high base damage on the weapon as possible. That's gonna give a lot more than more skills. Drowning in crafting materials, yeah. A rare sight on this challenge. Feels very unusual. I just need to double check. I think blood belts are normal belts, right? And of course it would be nice to get exceptional or elite bases for all my crafts, but I'm not that worried about that for armor pieces. Except belts, because I really want like a full 12 gear slots, or 16 potion slots, I mean. Yeah, so it is a normal belt, but I really want a mesh belt or a mithril coil. Does L6 sell access? I don't think so. I don't think he can sell access. And we have not infinite gold. But it's gonna be such a pain to buy one, so I decided to gamble one, even though it was a little bit expensive. But with a bit of streamer luck, it's no sweat. Actually, I'm 99% sure we're not gonna use this as a socket filler, but... Ooh, this looks... Well, it looked really nice on first glance, since it had a lot of stats, but it's not very good. But it has some cold resist, it has some life, it has open wounds and lifesteal. So definitely an upgrade. And of course, one more row. Very nice.
Greetings.
Auto repair. Yeah, I'm gonna save so much gold on repairing it too. So what are we gonna do next? Boots or helm? I guess we're gonna do both, and I think I wanna do safety crafts for both of them. Just to get some of that going. And to save the rubies for weapons. And for those I need... I closed the window. I need if for the helm. And I need Ort for the boots. I have so many Ort runes that I don't mind using them. And that's gonna give me a little bit of fire and lightning resist, which is gonna be really nice too. Now the question is, whoops, can I buy greaves? Can I buy crowns anywhere, or do I need to gamble for them, or go back to Nightmare? Greaves of Chance sounds perfect for what we're about to do. Man, we're just crafting like there's like materials are nothing. Still no faster run speed. Not very good stats. Very low roll on the fixed damage reduction and magic damage reduction. Probably worth another craft, but let's use them for now. Sad boots, worst boots ever. Well, I can guarantee that they are the worst you can call them is the second worst pair of boots ever, because the ones we were using before are definitely worse. Very expensive to buy a crown, but I don't think you can buy it in either Act 1 or 2, so I would need to go back to Nightmare, and that's a hassle. But now we're looking for some big upgrades over basically the smallest amount of mana leech ever, and then useless stats. It's alright. 2 resistances. And some damage reduction. That's alright. And he looks like a king now. Actually looks a little bit silly with the armor, but it is what it is. Right, burning through the materials. We still have 6 jewels. 5, I guess, I can't count. Let's do 1 armor. And I think we should do the faster hit recovery one. Leather helmet vibes. Make new boots, to be honest. I mean, better weapons are gonna be the biggest bang for the buck, but we only have 3 rubies. So I can use at least 2 of these for like 1 armor that we can give to the merc. Let's do that first, and then we can decide the last other craft. Where is my... Here we go. Which one is it that has the... Sorry, I can't think while I am looking at stuff. Which armor is it that has the faster hit recovery? Oh, hit power. So a field plate, a Neph rune, a sapphire, and a jewel. Neph rune. It's so nice that I only have 1 hardcore character, because then I can stash all the junk I ever find. I mean, look, I have all the stash tabs just for this character, because I don't have any other hardcore character. And a field plate. I think I need to buy a field plate. I don't think I can... Like a gamble one. I don't think I can buy one, right? So that might be super expensive. Watch me gamble away all our gold. And then try to progress. Man, can I really do that? Look away. That was probably a poor decision. But if we run out of gold, I have so many like random gems to sell. Like I can sell all of these amethysts. This is mainly not for me, but for my merc. But of course, if it's really good, I'm gonna use it. Frost Nova when struck, nice on the Mercenary. Some extra faster hit recovery even, because the recipe has only 20. Not the most not the most significant upgrade.
I'll put that to
But
good
finally, we are all fully geared. I guess I'm not fully geared yet. Let me put on my axes so we look nice. Finally, we are both fully geared. That is a milestone if I've ever seen one. So, I guess I don't have any more emeralds. But let's be nice to our mercenary and like earmark 1 of these jewels for when we find a gem shrine. I don't think you need the charm once the axes are on. Yeah, they don't have any +2 strength. Or, well, sorry, this one has. Let me rephrase. You can't do that anymore in Diablo 2 Resurrected. Like, use the gear from the... Use stats from the gear itself to equip. Can I see your rings? Yeah, so basically now we have 3 more jewels. I think we should try at least 2 more weapons. But this ring is not very good, so I could definitely see myself craft another blood ring. But that it's gonna be 1 less weapon craft. This ring is alright, it has some like over 30 total resist. I don't really need this big of a mana pool, because I leech so fast with the axes. You need FCR? No, I don't. You need the strength from that ring. Thank you, guys. I am apparently not capable of playing this game on my own, so we can't replace this ring then. Well, we could next level, but thank you. Oh, man. I do have 3 mana leech on this. I think that is enough. So I think it is boots and or weapons. So I think 1 pair of boots, 2 weapons. That sounds good to me. Yeah, I will craft Galsar a new weapon, but I need a perfect emerald. And right now I don't have any. And I can only stream for like really 12 minutes, but let's say maximum half an hour. Maybe maximum half an hour. And I don't want to spend that time farming a gem shrine. So let's save that for Galsar's weapon in the future. And then we can do 2 axes and 1 pair of boots. But then I can't do another safety boot. So let's see if we should do hit power or blood boots. Actually, I haven't been showing you this screen. Sorry about that. I'm looking this up on my other monitor, but not showing you. So we have... This is pretty bad, doesn't really do anything. This isn't great either, but at least, I mean, lifesteal and life replenishment, those are like actually good stats. So let's do this. F, light plated. And we're hoping for faster run walk, resistances, stuff like that. Perfect. Let's hope the stats stay. They don't, but let's hope that. Someone was asking, I saw in passing some comment or like a message asking if you can craft with rare jewels. And you absolutely can. I think the confusion comes from that the base weapon, like the base item needs to be magical, and I thought so for a long time as well, but you can absolutely craft with rares. Nice. Very low roll on the lifesteal, but some dexterity, 20 faster run walk, some magics find. Very nice. Unfortunately, I can't hand these down to Galsar. But hey.
Not here.
So those are pretty nice. Thank me later. What did you say? Oh, sending faster run what booklet. Thank you for the run speed boot luck, Barry. I attribute these boots to you. Plague trample the berry boots. Oh, I really gotta drink some water. Yeah, these were much better, yeah. The other ones had fire resist, that's nice, but of course I will just run away from all danger. So, but then the downside is that now I need to... Man, look how fast I'm running. Now I need to buy another couple of axes. Might actually not even be able to afford that. Well, I guess we can do like this again. Loot goblins get excited from magic find even on a run where you can't use uniques. Yeah, that is true. And now we have passed the point in the game, I think, where you can make a reasonable argument that the more loot you find, like magic loot, the more gold you will make from selling it. I think that argument that I sometimes use is not really holding up anymore. It is true, but it's not probably that important. Next crafts must be made with exceptional or elite versions of the item. I only think that is important for weapons, because the only thing exceptional or elite armor gives you is higher defense and more gold cost, I guess. For this character, that's not gonna have any meaningful defense anyway. I don't think going for elite or exceptional armor pieces is useful at all, actually. But for weapons, 100%. We're running so quickly now. Oh, actually, yeah, what's the damage looking like now? We didn't even check the damage. That is like double max damage. Lower min damage for some reason. I guess the axes have a bigger range. But over double max damage. Sorry, gotta drink some water while I shop. See you in a bit. Stream falling apart as we approach the 4-hour mark, as usual. So while we are doing this,
Greetings.
I look forward to continuing this challenge, but there will not be another stream this week. I am out of town on Friday, so streams will be back in a week, like in 7 days on Monday again. Unfortunately, but that is how it is. But as long as I don't die to something stupid at the end of this stream, this guy should be able to really start pushing into hell next stream. But it would be nice to be able to find another couple of flying axes,
It is an
just to
honor
see
serve you.
what we're working with gear-wise. Jinxed, he dead for sure. Well, as long as I don't leave town for more than 1 second at a time, I shouldn't die. And if I do, I kind of deserve it. Actually, I'm gonna do this just in case.
How may I help you?
All right, I don't need to look. Is the gear link up to date? Oh, right, sorry. No, it's not up to date. I think you need to save and exit the game for it to update, because I don't think the file that Diablo.run reads only updates when I save and exit the game. So right now you can't see it. Well, I guess there's a really easy solution to that. Ooh, 67k? I can't afford it. Oh, right, well, it's no problem. Buy caster crafts. I'm never gonna bother with ya. I can't even bring myself to sell a perfect topaz on a run where it's useless. Nice. Now the link should be updated. And let's, while I remember, let's move down to players 1. Just I saw that message, good reminder. I can tell you that if you add sockets on normal, I had only ever gotten 1 socket even on elite level crafts. Yeah, I think if you go to Larsuk, crafted weapons will be like for rares or uniques. You can only get 1 socket max. It is only magic weapons or like non-magic weapons like normal weapons that can get more. For normal weapons, it is dependent on the item's eye level or item level, as well as the base item's maximum number of sockets. And for magic items, unless I am mistaken, if there's some kind of cap somewhere,
Thanks to you.
for magic items it is random between 1 or 2 sockets. If you go to Larsuk, assuming of course that the base item can have 2 sockets. Can you craft a teleport staff? In theory, but it's, I mean, that's gonna be super rare, but it would be very nice. Teleport staff is very useful. Sorry, I saw a really funny comment. Can sell a Sarun, can sell a perfect topaz, a true loot goblin. That is very true and very funny. I didn't even think about that. But how fucked up is that? That's very funny.
Hello.
Add a socket to your crafted armor. What do you mean, Elwow?
It is an
Oh, you
honor to
can't
serve
put gear that already has sockets to Larsuk to add another socket. You can only socket unsocketed gear at Larsuk,
How
if
may I
that
help you?
was what you're going for. Oh, you mean the Merc armor? Yeah. Well, I can't socket my weapons. I can socket my helm. My armor is already socketed, so I guess I should use my socketing
It is
quest
an
on
honor
Larsuk.
to serve you.
But I think I would go for the weapon first. Maybe some more lifesteal or something. But could definitely go for the armor. Is this armor worth putting a socket in though? Yeah, I actually think it is. It might be. Because I don't really want to craft more armors anyway, right? Yeah, Merc armor socket could definitely be a good option. Because I'm very unlikely to craft another armor between this and this. I think, not that they are amazing, but a lot of other gear slots are probably more deserving of an upgrade. And if I craft another gear piece for the Merc, it's probably gonna be try to get a better helm. Or I mean, mainly weapon, of course, but I have 2 sockets.
Blessings to you.
So that might be it. Yeah, interesting idea. Probably gonna do that. Ah, yes, crafted is a specific weapon type. And it's kind of weird because the game doesn't really talk about it as like a crafted. So you have to look it up online. But yes, for this challenge, I am specifically restricting myself to like the orange items that are called crafting recipes on the old Battle.net Ariat Summit website. Yeah, I hope we find a good elite base for the Murky Boy. Yeah, if we're gonna craft something for the Mercenary, I definitely think we should get an elite base. So we just have to be sure that he is strong enough. So like no Colossus Vogues or...
Blessings to you.
I think he can't even wear a treasure because that has a really like 140 dex requirement or something. I just made that up. I actually don't know.
It is an honor to serve.
Galsar is running around like a dog. Yeah, I wish I could tell him to just chill in town. He can take a break. He doesn't need to come along for this, but there is unfortunately no
Good day.
commands for the mercenaries. What is your amulet like? You can check the link pinned in the chat, but I can also show you. 1 masteries, 25 lightning resist, and some other minor stuff. I made this one because I wanted to use a shield originally, and then the increased block chance would be nice. Of course, we are never gonna use a shield on this character, but the amulet is pretty good as it is. +1 masteries means higher level natural resistance, means more movement speed, means a higher level of throwing mastery, and 25 lightning resist is sweet. Well, there is a way to let Galsar rest... ... You monster. Single throw plus shield is overpowered. Interesting. I would never have considered using just one throwing weapon and a shield. I mean, this is a lot of utility, especially the attack rating. But I mean, a shield is a great lot of utility as well.
Hello.
Don't forget to check res after getting the new axes. What do you mean, Sir Slaughter? Like my resistances? They're gonna be the same as now, right?
Good
Could really use some more fire resist, actually. Yeah, is this really hell? Look like you clicked on normal. I didn't click, I used the hotkeys. If you press H, you go to hell. Now I am in hell. If you press H, you go to hell. If you press N, you go to nightmare. And if you press R, you go to normal. Oh, right. Sorry, Sir Slaughter. I get it. You get +3 to natural resistance. They should be better. Yeah, definitely. Man, I can't believe how quickly I'm forgetting stuff. Like, we talked about it just very shortly ago, and I already forgot about it. Thank you. What else is new?
Good day.
Man catcher for Merc? Yeah, that would be sweet. We can probably buy an elite base at this point, but I guess we might as well wait until I find the perfect emerald.
Blessings to you.
And just focus on trying to get our weapons sorted for now. I'm still using this old thing. Half restoration and 2 sockets for 1 Ort and a Rel.
Hello.
Not great, but serviceable thanks to the 2 sockets. Kind of unlikely to get upgraded, I would say. Like, I would probably go for a better helm and a better ring. And a better merc gear before I upgrade that.
Hello.
Check at Farah if you're going for bases anyway. Oh, good point. What can she even... She sells a lot of different polearms and spears in normal.
It is an honor to serve you.
But seems like she mostly in on the pike game in Hell. Yeah, very lucky with 2 sockets in the armor. Yeah, it was so funny too, because I was talking for a long time about... Oh, here we go. I was talking for a long time about how much I wanted to get that role. Yari, that is exceptional, right? Yeah. I guess I will not be able to wear most elite polearms, so we can do the same. I just check this window if there's anything red. I was gonna say, it's so funny too with the armor, because I was talking before crafting it, that basically the best thing I could hope for was sockets, but it's very rare, so it's probably not gonna happen. But of course, then on first craft, it happened. Yes, in Hell, every item you buy in Hell should be able to have a chance to get upgraded. The chance to upgrade to exceptional or elite increases with your character level. But as long as, like now at this point, I should have a possibility to upgrade anything I find to elite or exceptional.
Hello.
What's Gulsar's stats? Currently 152, 121. So I guess I should consider that as well
Honor to serve you.
when looking for a spear. Maybe can't use most elites yet. Because I know some of the elite spears have a crazy high dexterity requirements. Oh, could he wear a treasure? Yeah, Elwow, I thought about treasure as well, but as I'm thinking about it, a treasure is a polearm, right? So that won't work. I know I said it before, but I don't think treasures are gonna work because you can only craft spears. So that was my bad.
It is an honor to serve you.
This is taking longer than anticipated. No Emilio. Now we went with Galsar this time, not only because he carried us through the mid-game, or the early mid-game, but also because we found a Gal rune last stream. And my channel is called Zar, Fendelut Goblin, so Galsar. It was just too perfect for this run.
How may I help you?
And really not being lucky with the flying axes. If Zarfen dies, it will be because of the lack of Emilio. That's perfect, because then I also have something to blame if I die. Current mercenary weapon is a lance with 21 enhanced damage. Not much, but it is
Greetings.
the base the base stick is pretty all right. Oh, we couldn't wear any elite spears yet. All right. Well, then we'll worry about that once we get the emerald. Min-maxing the bases.
Not in town.
How may I help you?
All right, next run I can feel that we will find the flying axe that we're looking for.
It is an honor to serve.
All right, next run I can feel that we're gonna get the flying axe that we're looking for. I'm really pushing it too, because I really ought to get going. Oh, perfect. Never mind. I was just gonna say that I'm kind of overstaying already. Oh, let's go, let's go. What an end to the stream this will be. Alright, I think this is worse than our other options. It deals more damage than this. No, like it has higher ED than this, but this has fire damage, poison damage, and 2 to barbarian skills. And 2 barb skills must be better, right? Attack rating against demons is not half bad, actually. Good point. So I guess since I am a little bit stressed to like wrap up, I guess I shouldn't sell anything. Just look at it with like a clear mind. Lightning resist 7. Man, this feels a little bit unlucky. We didn't get any on all, like we did 4 crafts and we didn't get any random enhanced damage roll on any of them. Because, or maybe we did, but all of the enhanced damage rolls have been within like the range of the fixed rolls. Oh well. Streamer luck ran out. I forgot to refresh it. Alright, so I have to round the stream off, but we can just see what we're working with. I guess we should go back to Act 1, so we're fighting the same enemies as we did before. It's certainly a big upgrade. The max damage is like double, but at the same time the min damage is almost half. So it's not like we doubled our damage, but like maybe plus 50%. Let's find some random enemies. I mean, it's not a lot of damage, but it's all right, right? Or am I coping? Are we gonna beat hell with this, or am I absolutely coping? I'm powerful, right, guys? Tell me I'm strong. That was... I mean, still an upgrade, but I am a little, ever so slightly disappointed about the lack of plus damage rolls. Right, let me see how much the... Yeah, significant increase from just the skills as well. That's pretty nice. Physical immunes are going to be tough, yeah. I was so sure that we were gonna get some absolute banger axes, but...
Thanks.
But I guess it wasn't meant to be.
Thanks.
But I mean, we are killing stuff. It sounds like I'm coping so hard, but I mean, we are killing stuff, not very fast. But they are going down, right? But I do think that this means that except maybe a craft a new spear for Galsar, we should really try to get back to even more weapon crafts. Yeah, I should be able to roll like 200 plus ED, but even like 100 ED would be a significant upgrade. I guess this has really good damage against demons. So if this is gonna be a tall ask, but if I can remember that I have this and we go fight like an act boss, because all act bosses are demons, or fight some area with a lot of demons, like the Chaos Sanctuary. It's a lot of undead too, but also a lot of demons. This really has a lot of bonuses to demons. The only way to know for sure is to do Andariel again. Nice try, nice try. Alright, still a good crafting session. For sure, good crafting session. Hopefully we will be able to craft some even better axes next time. It is a challenge run after all. Yeah, true. So we will make some really good gear upgrades overall, I think. Like, if we put them all together, I think the character is a lot stronger now than before. And while I, of course, wish that we had stronger weapons, you know, we are not done crafting. We can keep crafting for the next one. But now I really need to end the stream because I have somewhere to be in like less than 1 hour. So thank you everyone for hanging out today. Super fun. Big turnout, even though I thought I was playing a little bit early in the morning, but I guess morning is dependent on where you are, or maybe some nice breakfast content. So I wish you all a great week, and I will see you hopefully in 1 week. No stream this Friday, but we'll definitely be back next week. So enjoy your week. Thank you for hanging out, and have a nice day. Thank you. Bye.